So as some of us may be restarting and some of us may be on a front line, wow, I really stuttered there. I mean, I'm still here trying to do my thing, and obviously I'm racing horses, but as we get into, or we see a Herald Eldritch Parasite run with all perks, well, I guess we're just gonna suffer. Or rather, go to a strat that I like to do as we, do one more run. I think I was supposed to do a switch, but then I'm just deciding, at least for this, especially if we get Eldritch Parasite, yeah, we'll do one more run, and then we'll switch characters. So, we don't have random item stats, we have everything else, and we are in a Herald run. So, as we get, I think it's Herald, oh my goodness, I already forgot, but as we get into Herald Eldritch Parasite with 3 custom mysteries, I mean, I think the first run with this character on this series was a Zektas run. So yeah, second mystery, light, knowledge, strength, Takshisan, and then maybe a charisma check, but we're just gonna lose like 6 stamina, 3 reason. I always assume the worst. I like to, I'll say it at least one more time here, but I like to steel man a lot of arguments that I at least like to come up or talk against, because I feel like just playing it safe, and that, again, I think that's, oh my goodness, I didn't actually mean to fill that with water, I guess we just drink it, but yeah, I like to be prepared for anything, and I think that's a major factor in why I like to steel man arguments a lot, and why I also, on the flip side, like to straw man my own arguments as much as possible. But sometimes, I mean, you gotta go in the middle, I guess. I mean, or just look at the truth. Household Hell, Coma, and this only really applies as we get Phantasms, Television, and Taxi as well. Only really applies when you are, oh my goodness, I'm looking at things, by the way. When you're not certain of, or when there are too many variables involved that you cannot account for. If that doesn't make sense, I'll try to explain. But I did want to talk about gacha games anyway, so I guess we'll do Television now, funny enough, because if we're going to take Mind Drain and or Ghostly Spear, I mean, we don't really need to worry about things as much. And then we unfortunately get Book of Gore immediately, but just a quick tangent note on World of Horror itself as we take the Gruesome Totem is that, I mean, for some reason, whenever I see Book of Gore, it doesn't work out for me, but when most other people get Book of Gore, it works out just fine, and yeah, I sound like I'm complaining, I guess I am, but I can't not talk about what's happening in my face, so funny enough, Cursed Doll into a Ghostly Spear would be nice, but I can't guarantee getting both of them, so let's look for one of the two. Oh my sweet goodness, we are not seeing either spell at all. Well, now we're just here for the ride. Oh goodness. If nothing else to say about World of Horror in this video, yeah, I didn't really get to showcase this character a lot. I think we got 1, maybe 2 runs, and the rest were like Zektast, Azal, Eldritch Parasite, as we're doing right here. So roll 11. But that's more to do with the lower stats in general, so aside from Charisma, but when the other stats are below 6, theoretically speaking, it should be a lot worse. I am going crazy here because I'm looking at something on my hand, and I am being really sad. So let me mute for a moment. Oh my goodness, not good for the video! And no, yeah, Future Jordan had to make a cut there. But, I mean, to explain, there wasn't like there was an insect on my hand or scary insect. I usually don't. I mean, if an insect is dangerous to human beings, of course I'm going to be scared to some extent, but for the most part, I was actually looking at something else, and I was like, oh, I should take care of that. But anywho, so completely cut off what else. I mean, stats, yeah, stats in general. If you have your stats all at 6 or above, I mean, that is very strong, at least, especially being on Harbinger of Doom difficulty, but, yeah. So, yeah, as we get into the topic of video games right now, oh, nice charisma check, by the way. I guess we just take the, we'll just do this. I don't know what exact effect that has, but we'll do, actually, we have 12 funds. Let's just keep looping this. I guess that's the one thing, specifically for this character, or at least when you start off with a lot of funds. We'll even go very, very low there. But when you start off with a lot of funds and you get Television as a mystery, hey, you get a lot of experience. Specifically about, like, pretty much a whole level up. But as we sit here and think, we could take Charisma. We might, if just in case we get the Charisma check, but I'd rather just take Strength and something else. So, we'll spend the other 2 funds here, and then we'll take out of funds in the face. That way I can reliably Ghostly Spear. End of sentence. But if we don't, we could just sell the empty bottle as well. Actually, I would rather do that. So, as we get slapped in the face there, and we're going to try to cut Kimiko free, we should have more than enough. I mean, I should equip the steak knife regardless. Actually, I need 4 knowledge. You know why I need 4 knowledge? Because if I run into a ghost, we're gonna experience a lot of pain. Because I don't always want to cast Ghostly Spear. You will run out of max stamina to use, at least in my experience. Sometimes you won't. It's not guaranteed, but I feel that you do run out of max stamina. But sometimes that's not true. So actually, yeah, I'm just gonna talk against myself here. That's not true. Cut Kimiko free. We succeed the dexterity check, and we only take 2 reason now. Was it? I thought it was 2 stamina if you failed. But anywho, let us use our ghostly spears. I also forgot to grab the handcuffs, which would be nice to save me some stamina here, but this is fine as well. Yeah, I think I'll keep the steak knife on me right now, and I think we can... If we couldn't prep attack, I was going to get really sad. Yes, we have 90% accuracy. I could have just done 3 attack boost attacks, but feeling particularly lazy here, which has gotten me to lose a run before. Nice roads closed, by the way. But anywho. So before I had cut myself off due to the seeing something on my finger, more specifically, yeah, I was gonna go over gacha games, and I was gonna just talk about something specific, but I guess I can just talk about restarting for a moment. Even though I think that release date was at the beginning of June, and obviously there was beta tests and plays before that. But, you know what, let's take this in the face. And let's do what I said. Although this has a higher power value, so we're not guaranteed to hit all of these, but it's good as good as doesn't matter. But yeah, sitting here and looking at energy, some people say that, I mean, I look things up, basically, especially if something's been out for at least a week or 2 weeks, which is the case with pretty much every game I'm playing right now. Nice 12 roll on strength, by the way, game. But yeah, look things up, specifically for this restarting purposes here. The use of, let's just say, a currency to either recover energy or to summon more. And I think, actually, this mobile game, or really just game in general, is one of the nicer of in terms of what you have on your plate. Now, what's actually going to happen as the game continues is to be determined, but for now, it seems pretty nice. Particularly friendly to free-to-plays. Also, I'm getting a sign to go eat, but I'll eat after this, I swear. But, yeah, as we sit here, at least among the games I'm playing, because I'm also on the front lines, again, but, and, you know, we're experiencing some spring. And that's all I'll say about that. I got it on literally 1 10-pole, so I guess it's just fate. I didn't want my RNG to be lucky in that way. I would rather actually be lucky racing horse girls, but I guess we'll see when a certain banner for a support card comes out. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you don't need to worry too much. It's something that I need to worry about. By the way, was that a special icon on the downtown for this custom mystery? Anywho. We'll tell the truth. And off we go. It is, right? That's a picture of a taxi. I never noticed that before, but it looks nice. But anywho, small things like that, you'd be surprised how much it can add to the overall experience. Although, again, it's likely that some players don't notice such a thing, but hey, I think we're actually going to... No, we're going to run to the trees. So, as we fail the dexterity check, because why not? This is stamina, right? Don't tell me it's all... Okay, it's stamina. So, let us do our guaranteed 9 damage. For a moment, I thought the BGM cut out. But, again, I'm looking at my things. I'll just say the name Veronica, and that's all you need to know about my restart. So, literally, it tends to be 50-50. 50% of the time, nothing happens for a long time, like as the case in Uma Musume. We'll just say it outright, because that's the game I'm talking about. But otherwise, when I'm restarting here, did my first real 10 permanent summon, get Veronica. So I'm just like, okay, well, guess this is how it's gonna be. Do we have allies with us, by the way? No, we don't, but it would be nice. Otherwise, improvise will probably be the next best thing. And off we go. So, Phantasms, Coma, or Household Hell. So I think we'll do Phantasms into Household Hell into Coma. I like taking Coma last. We'll repeat it again for anyone who's newer to these videos, but... oh, nice 12 roll, by the way, game. But I like taking Coma last because at the end, you may very well likely take 3 reason damage. Oh my goodness, stats don't matter, by the way. That flabbergasted me. I got interrupted in what I was saying. What was I talking about? Oh my goodness. I combo broke myself. You could also say that I have a very short-term memory, but, like... I gotta talk about RNG attack, because that also brought me to the... Okay, we're just gonna switch, because I forgot. We'll go into the topic of, hey, it'd be nice to record the things that happen to me, because it'd make for great content, if nothing else, as I roll an 8 on knowledge. But if I'm that confident in my bad RNG or something that I want to display anyway, or interesting things will happen to me, regardless if they're good for me particularly or not, then I should just, you know, I shouldn't need to worry because it'll happen on screen anyway. As is the last World of Horror video. I think it was the last World of Horror video where I did a spiral dive onto my dead. Nice 12 rolls, by the way, game. Can I roll anything other than that? I'm pretty sure 33% of the time, which is still a good amount of RNG, that I've passed my events, but when the other events keep rolling like 11s, 12s, and 9s, and 8s, then, I mean, what can I really say for myself? Also, this map would have been great to equip. If I knew, I knew I was going to take Taxi. I don't know why I didn't do elsewise, but now we can Ghostly Spear. No, I wasn't doing some smart play where I was like, oh, I'll just lose more stamina and reason, and then use Ghostly Spear. I just literally forgot that I had Ghostly Spear for a moment, even though I know very well I'm on Eldritch Parasite. But we're not going to fight this boss. It's too much HP to chew through. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of HP. I don't remember. I don't really fight it, because if you can skip a boss, you skip a boss. Anywho. You at home can feel free to do what you want in World of Horror. As I often say, I've been saying often more frequently. I'm going crazy. Anywho, you get the point. Oh, I think I was talking about Coma. So yeah, at the end of Coma, you're likely to take 3 reason damage, which you cannot lose the run from, whereas opposed to other types of examples in World of Horror in which you immediately lose stamina, go to 0 stamina or reason or up below, and then the run ends. So it's a very minor reason to take Coma last, but either way, I think Coma is a safer, and then I take Household Hell as my second or fourth mystery, because I like to kind of spread out when I'm in town and not. And preferably, I like 3 in-town mysteries and 2 out-of-town mysteries, and then just alternate between. That way I have the chance to rest, go to a shop, go buy cigarettes, so on and so forth. But you get what I'm talking about at this point, I think. So we are going to switch this to the mansion. Household Hell is all about mansion investigations, and if we were unlucky, this would have been like 8 plus Doom on top of whatever happens, so... And then quick thinking being anything else. So the 3 things to say, I think to talk about the first thing. The second thing is Household Hell in Tacoma, and the third thing would be the perk quick thinking, which does a lot. Also, yeah, -3 all. Even if I were at max stamina, just use Ghostly Spear or Mind Drain. You're taking a lot less damage. Now, doing that during a regular run where you're not on, well, basically a non-Eldritch Parasite run, is a different story. But hey. Also, did I get slower for some reason? I can also safely smoke the cigarettes now, although we just fought something in the mansion. Unless we run into a custom enemy or a custom event that leads to a custom enemy, as I rolled an 11 on 8 luck. Okay, that event balances it out, but still, that was RNG. Well, hey. But in general, yeah, gacha games and I guess loyalty, if we're to say. I talked about this in the Uma Musume videos, but we'll talk about it here because you probably don't watch that if you're watching World of Horror videos, or maybe you do. Again, I don't know who you are, but I mean, it's safe to assume that. But what I was trying to say, oh my goodness, I ran into these worms and I was like 30 HP. Oh my goodness, but anywho. We can just eat this in the face, but I think I'll just play it safe and Ghostly Spirit down. Oh yeah, loyalty. So I think Uma Musume does really well in rewarding you for continuing to play the game. That's what I mean by loyalty. It's not some common phrase. It's a phrase I made up. But, as I get time skipped there, yeah, if you continue playing Uma Musume, you will be rewarded for it. I thought you didn't get rewarded as much, but I mean, the game has to have its ups somewhere, aside from the fact that it does a lot to stay in lore with real life, in terms of just racing horses in general, at least in Japan, but I think I don't know, I'm not going to say that. What I was going to say, I might as well say it just so that anyone who knows can tell me. Keep in mind, without the gruesome totem, we'd be at 96% Doom, but... I was going to say, oh, that's right, we're in Coma now. We do actually have to switch this to the hospital. But yeah, basically, if you want to study about what's going to happen in-game, or when things happen in-game, you can look for the real-life parallel. Can I stop rolling 12s? Nat 12s. It sounds like, I mean, I am a little frustrated, but, I mean, it's for fun, really. But, I mean, I keep rolling 12s. What do you want me to do? But now we can't even use any more spells unless I get rid of that, and we do actually need to get rid of that. So, is this minor? It is, thankfully. And we can't use these painkillers, so we just sell them instead, so that we can stave off out of funds. We're at level 6, and we're suffering, Doom-wise at least. But, is this the curse? Yeah. Oh, I should have leveled up beforehand. Well, we can't take this damage, funny enough. But we also need to visit the monument, so that could have been Doom's better spent, lowering our stuff. Although we should be okay here. Please ask for stamina. Okay, good. And now we should be okay. Don't let it be said, even though Past Jordan has looked down on Monument before, don't let it be said that the Monument sublocation is not helpful. It is. But as we move on with life and get more Doom because of it, like, we would certainly be dead without Monument and or the Gruesome Totem. But, hey, let's do other stuff. And yeah, the thingy would have been nice. Actually, I could have just unequipped the Gruesome Totem earlier, but now that we're here... Could also just throw... Yeah, we're just going to throw the steak knife. Or the... Never mind, we don't have the broken bottle anymore. We'll just throw the steak knife. And then we'll get out. Could have increased my dexterity as well. But we should survive reason-wise unless something really strange happens. Because we don't have a light source and we definitely don't have 8 charisma. So, yeah, we should be okay. I did forget my second encounter as well, but I don't think that mattered. Yeah. So, second mystery, which was something after television. We'll do our best. Even if we have Tachi-san and nicotine withdrawal, it's fine. Also, I never got rid of this. But it's not like we needed it anyway. What did I take? I think I took taxi, question mark? Yeah, okay, good. Kind of important to get that, but don't think it was the most important thing. And yeah, we definitely... Actually, no. Charisma check only removes 2 reasons. Anyway. If nothing else, let me at least try to finish my talk about God. Yeah, so you get rewarded there. I don't know about restarting, and I don't know about the front lines. Even though I actually recently started front lines, just being on the front line, but hey. But yeah. I just do what I do, and I do my best. So Ghostly Spear away. Tachi-san will just handcuff, because that's quicker than me clicking Ghostly Spear. Is it, actually? I'm just going to do Ghostly Spear and find out. No, because then I have to switch between the screens. So we'll just Ghostly Spear. Could level up here. I mean, just in case we have the 6th floor. You know what? Funny enough, Stars of the Right would have been nice, even though I think the main reason I didn't take Stars of the Right is because there's a bug with it. But hey, at least we survived this Eldritch Parasite run, and it could have been really bad if we didn't take the Gruesome Totem. But yeah, without further ado, if you want to hear me talk about other stuff, I mean, let me know. Otherwise, I won't take up much more of your time. If you want to support me, feel free to do so. Otherwise, I'll thank you for watching. Bye!